Is that better? Can you hear me now? I hope that's better. I've been wondering why nobody was answering me. Gosh, it's been so long since I've streamed, I'm just doing a terrible job of it. Okay, let's go up. That's better. Hey, thank you, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. I really appreciate you telling me and not just leaving. That's sincerely and greatly appreciated. I hope you are doing well. Alright, come on now. We need to get some up going here. So now platforms should meet, right? How do we want to do this? Huh. I've kind of boxed myself in, haven't I? Well, we're gonna definitely need a platform here. You don't know English? Well, that's okay. Just enjoy. That's all. Watch me fumble my way through this building. I've got an idea. I think I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna have a single railing here. And here. And no railing. And then we're gonna have to do a light. Right there like that. And we do a catwalk up. No, that won't work either, will it? So it's gonna go right into here. Hmm. Kinda like what I have going on. Oh, I know. I've got it figured out. Sounds like there's an ice storm going on. Watch this. We get corner lights. Right like that. Bingo. Double corner light. Oh, come on. Not a big place to select right there. And now we start spiraling around in the other direction. But close. Time for a sip of coffee. Okay. That probably... Well, thank you. I don't know if it's really that cunning. It's just storage. But I am enjoying it. It's presenting a pretty good challenge. And I want it to be something I can access on foot, no jetpack. Which is why I'm going to such great lengths here. I need a jetpack to build it. Actually, I really probably don't need the jetpack to build it, but it makes it way easier. Jetpack is good. Are you learning English? What's your name? Okay. I think we're onto something here. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Andrew. Nice to meet you, Andrew. I think you understand English better than you say. And that'll center us right here. Then we go back to stairs. Wrong stairs. Oh yeah. That's rock and roll right there. Stairs up. Gone too far. There we go. I am building it so I can access my cargo. I don't know, because I want to. I think it's fun. Really don't need it. It's just a challenge. And I like buildings that feel as if they could be used. Right? When there's no... When a building's built just for a jetpack, it doesn't feel useful. It feels empty. This is gonna feel full. Brings life into the environment. There she go, and we need the double light underneath that. And then stairs up. And connector here. We should be on the wall now. Oh yeah. That's slick. That feels good. Alright, what do we do here? 3 of these up right to the corner. And then... Yeah, we're gonna have to stop this one a little early because of the roof. And we go up. 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 And then... platform. Right? Yeah, platform. Oh yeah. So now I just need to build, let's see, this and this. I think I need to come up one more level. I want to be level with the base, or am I level with the base? Let's see here. Oh, this is working way better than I expected. This one probably needs railings. Interesting. Does it not want to... No, it does. Okay. I think we'll do double railings here. And these probably also... Whoa! This also needs to be railings, doesn't it? Single railing, but still. Something like that. Double railing. I think the idea here is so I can reach the sorter. And I need to eat. Badly. I should go get some fuel, too. Whee! Yeah, I'm just doing this to give the building a feeling like someone could come in here and maintain it. Like a janitor or a supervisor, maintenance guy, come in, reach the containers and maintain them some. And then that, I'll probably just do ladders. But let's go get jetpack fuel before I run out. Yeah, that looks good. That's why I'm doing it. That right there, that feeling of walking in and... Oh yeah, this is a full, established, finished construction. Which obviously the earth in here doesn't help with much, but... where's my ladder? There we go. Ah, shoot. I need a light first. I think I need a light. It's got one. I wonder if that's still attached. It must be, right? Attached to those stairs, I hope. I don't know. And we'll go double corner light on this to get the attachment point for a ladder. A ladder that goes straight on down. And then this all can just go away. There we go. I like this. This is just a storage building. It's just to store everything. It's for components. I'll show you. All of this is going to go away.
Inventory full.
And all of this is going to stay.
Energy low.
And so this is going to be just a refinery building with a wall that comes down from here. And this is going to go.
Inventory full.
And it'll be just refineries. So when I drill, it comes through here, goes underground, and comes up, and then goes underground over here, and comes up into the refinery. Bingo. I turn my ingots, or my ore into ingots, and then I'm going to send it to an assembler and store it in this building over here. And this will just be storage. That's all. Just purely for storage. Okay. And so the stuff I'm doing inside is just to make it look nice inside. That's all. Just to make it look nice. Just trying to get it to look nice. Eventually these walls will go all the way down. Or I can do a floor. Let's see. Where's my lowest level? Lowest level is over here on this corner. So this could be a floor. Right? Floor. Ah. I don't know about that. I like things to take time. I play the game just to relax and spend time doing it. And plus, once it's done, it's done. And I'll have storage forever, because it can expand as far as I need it to, down or underground outward. And so this is a way to have hidden storage that's not all in the same building as the production. And that way, if I get attacked, and they destroy one of my buildings, they don't destroy everything. They can only destroy one type of facility at a time. Makes the repairs easier, and protects me in the event of an enemy. Just like that. Yeah, it does take a while. It's a lot of effort, but it's gonna look really nice. Dig through the planet? No. No, this is just storage. Gosh, digging through the planet would take way too long. Just trying to create some underground storage. Well, an above-ground silo with hidden depths. Let's see here. You'll see, when it's all finished, you'll understand. It is going to take some time, but it will be well worth it, I'm certain. I need steel plate. Yeah, I'm going to run into trouble here soon. I need to do something.
Inventory full.
Let's get rid of all this stuff for a moment. Da-da-da-da. Gone, and then interior plate so I can build a little bit of pipe. Oop, wrong button. There we go. And then I need to fix my assembler. Because I grinded it down and I didn't actually mean to do that. Oh, this is goofy. Kind of kneecapped myself there. There we go. See, all this is gonna go. This needs to get destroyed, and all this storage is gonna go away. I'm gonna make a small building just for my refineries. And then I'll make a small building just for my assemblers. I'm gonna keep everything separated just because I want to. That's the only reason. Obviously, I could do it in a simpler way, but that's less fun. I want to have a base that has lines running through it and takes up a bunch of space and feels like an area, not just one giant rectangle. Let's check on our batteries. Engines aren't running. They must have just run. Okay, yeah, we did a power cycle on the engines. We burnt some fuel. Let's see how much. %32.69%. So about 12, I think 12, between 12 and 15%. So we could go through 2 more cycles without any concern. That should give us a couple of hours anyway. We've got 3 hours left, so actually probably about 3 hours before we need to go do the ice thing again. Okay, assembler is working. Let's keep going. I want to get this floor finished in here. Yeah, that's nice. Come on now. English is only in printed form? Well, that's okay. I'm gonna keep talking. It's gonna be worth it, I promise. There will be a payoff for all this. And what we're gonna do now is 8. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Control 5 and 8. Ladder shaft. Oh yeah. Let's finish up these walls. I need to remember to eat. Goodness gracious. so easy to forget. How close am I? I think just gotta fill in here and here. And then we're done? Is that true? Bingo. Hit that like, that's right. It looks good. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate that. Well, I just assume, fellas, fellettes, whoever you are, appreciate you being here. Just building a little storage silo, and trying to finish it up before I move on to the next project. I'm never really finished, so I'm real bad to want to change stuff constantly. But we're gonna get this one to a state where I'm happy with it, and then we'll move on to the refinery building. I can finally cut those storage containers out. And that means finishing up the refinery building as well, giving it some shape and some purpose. I've got an idea to put a little office in there. And once the refinery building is finished, I need to build an assembler building. Once the assembler building is finished, I need to build living quarters. And then I'll pretty much be happy with the base, except to remove the old stuff. Hey, no worries, I appreciate it. I'm here just chilling, just doing what I do, and I figured I'd stream it. And if someone wanted to watch, they could. But I'm playing for fun, so if you enjoy, all the better. I like to build ridiculously, well, I guess not ridiculously overcomplicated things. There are many people doing more crazy stuff than me, but I just like building. Always have. Minecraft, Space Engineers, running mods. Yes, definitely running some mods. I've got, well, I can't remember them all. I set this world up a while ago, but you'll notice build vision, so I can access settings from a interactive menu, and precision grind, just some quality of life stuff. Nothing that really majorly changes the game, just makes some of the building easier. Yeah. And I can't remember if I set up the modular encounter system. If I haven't, I will at some point, but that's sort of the reason I'm building the base the way I am. First and foremost, because I like the way it looks when a base is spread out over an area, but also, in case I have enemy encounters, they won't target one structure and get everything all at once. Oh, welder... Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna write that down. Got a little notebook here. Let's see. Welder, no eye damage. Thank you. There, I got that written down. I'll put that in after the stream. It'll be on for next time. We won't be doing a whole lot of welding here. I just want to get this floor finished up, and we're pretty much done now. Hopefully it'll be daylight soon. Make it a little easier to work outside.
Energy low.
Yeah, I bet it's low. Doing a lot of welding here. Surprised it's lasted this long. I'm not gonna weld up all the stairs. That'll be an off-stream activity. But I wanted to get the floor done, so this at least looks like a contained building when you enter it. And bingo. Now we've got a little hatch. And so if we come in the front door, no jetpack needed. We can access every level of this building. Do we need to have this? Absolutely not. Do I like the way it looks and feels when I enter? Yes, most certainly. And it'll look really cool when we're at the top looking down and we see all this stuff. And then for the expansion part, we take the ladder down and get down in the hole here, and when it comes time to add more storage, we'll have plenty of room. Is this overkill? Yes. I'm definitely storing more stuff than I need to. You always play no jetpack. See, I've done that a few times, and I really do enjoy it. But so I don't have as much time as I used to. I've got a kid on the way, and I got a wife who likes to spend time with me for some reason, so I did opt to play with the jetpack this time just to make some of these processes a little quicker. But I still like the aesthetic that no jetpack brings, and that's why I take the time to put in features like what you just saw there. So that pretty much takes care of the silo. Let me get a vote from chat. What do you guys think about just advancing time here so that we can have daylight? Would you rather I stay in the dark, or should I go ahead and push the sun around the planet? 3 kids, yeah. That'll keep you busy, won't it? Daylight, I agree. I ain't shy about it. Where'd we go? We were almost there anyway. Ha! Yeah, the lamps are a good idea. And once I get the buildings built, I'm gonna do light poles and stuff like that to help illuminate. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I need more food. Always too easy to forget to eat. But here's the concept. This was my starter platform, which is why it's just awful. And then this was my starter drill platform, same thing. But now I'm going to build a refinery building, which means I get to cut down all this stuff. I should wait at least until... Am I getting a call? No. I should wait at least until the assembler finishes putting all the components into production here. And we're pretty close. Oh, this is another mod I run. I love this one. I can't remember what it's called. It's assembler quota, maybe, or something. But you can tell it how much stuff to make, and it just stays making this stuff. When you take something out, it makes more to replace it. So, let's do a little thinking here. I need production quota. Yep. Yeah. I did place lamps as supports, that's very true. And I'm going to weld those up to have some illumination inside that silo. Got him! Is the gun too loud? Is the game too loud? What do we think about the, Oh, got another one. What do we think about the game sounds? Let's get some more food. That's helping me remember here. The gun is pretty loud, yeah, okay. This game is very loud. That's what I thought. Okay. In we go. And let's take 10 of these out. See if we can't get ourselves... He killed that dog, just wanted to eat meat. That's true. That is very true. I am a hungry boy. Hunger's at 37. Let's deposit our scrap. And might as well top off while we're here. Yeah, this is my idea for living quarters. I'm going to have a setup kind of like that where I go to deposit things. Probably not make withdrawals, but maybe make withdrawals. I haven't decided yet. And medical bay, hydrogen refill. I want to run this drill some more. Really, really want to do this. I'm going to build a giant underground silo to produce weapons automatically. So like small grid ships that are meant to do major damage. And the silo is going to open up and the ships will come out. And it's going to be buried. So that's what that drill is for. But I'm not going to start running the drill until I finish this building. So let's just check our refineries here. Empty. Empty, empty. Okay. I need to set a sorter up in there to pull everything out of these inventories, because I'm sure the assembler will have something in the inventory. And so will this container, probably. Yeah, quite a bit. A tunnel to the other side of the planet? We could try. That's just about the most boring thing you could do. It takes so long, so much energy. I've seen it attempted in a YouTube video. May have even seen it completed, and I think the guy ended up using voxel hands to do it because it was taking so much time. But who knows? Maybe someday. Alright, we need a sorter. We need a sorter pulling everything out of those old inventories so that I can cut them to pieces. And I need to get my assembler building. Beeblebum? I don't think I've ever heard of him. Did he do it? Took hours. Yeah, I'll bet. And he used, I'm sure, some kind of machine with, I'm guessing, nuclear power? Because it takes a ton of energy to do something like that, too. Interior plate. Is that... I can't remember if the sorter wants interior plate or... Yeah, interior plate. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to set this up to whitelist, ammo, components, hand tools, ingots, and ore. Not ore. We don't want to... Components and ammo. There we go. And I guess we want scrap of all kinds. For now. Eventually we will not want that, but we're going to take advantage of the gigantic silo in this moment. Okay, drain all. It'll take a few moments to drain everything, but that's okay.
Inventory full.
There we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's going to look really nice, especially once I get the lights built. But like I said, I'll do that off stream. It'll be way easier. I guess I'll finish this upper platform off stream too, but the idea up here is to just make a full platform at this level. If pirates attack, well, I'll have to defend it. And I haven't set up any defenses yet, but I should, because I can't remember if I have modular counters on or not. Genuinely. Considering I haven't seen anything, I'm guessing it's either not installed or not set up right. So we should be safe for the time being. How much? Okay, that's drained. Items in queue, 300. That's okay. Let's cut some stuff up. We're going to leave this stack in place right now.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Cut this guy down. Not too worried about the scrap. It's okay. Let's do this first, so we don't end up with that stuff just rolling around. There'll be a bunch of scrap here, but that's alright. Ain't really hurting much.
Inventory full.
Ooh, that's a lot of scrap. What do we have in our inventory? I thought it was empty. Oh my. Not even close to empty. Well, I think what we're going to do here... It'll probably clog up our system. But we're going to take the time. Pick up all this scrap.
Inventory full.
I wasn't worried about it, but there's just so much of it, and the easiest thing to do is deposit it. It takes longer to grind it to get it out of the way than to just plop it into these inventories and recycle it.
Inventory full.
Recycling's good. Hello, random passerby. Is that what you will be to us today? I hope you stick around a little while. We're working on construction, but as with all good construction, it starts with some destruction. I do have some concerns about my complete and utter lack of an assembler right now. And so I might get one set up even if it's just temporary
Inventory full.
on top of that silo, or in the basement of the silo would work as well. Awesome detail, thank you. Thank you. What's the story behind your name? My name, I picked it up in, this is almost a little bit embarrassing, to tell you the truth. When I was in high school, there was a guy who I thought was really cool, and I got my first Xbox Live account. My parents finally let me have one. And his name was Audiophiles Echo. And I thought, well, that's cool. I like music too. Music's like everything I talk about with girls, and I should make my username something like that. So, Musical Mayhem.
Full.
It's not very deep. Basically trying to impress girls and copy a guy who I thought would get girls. But to this day, it sticks with me. Musical Mayhem. Sometimes I just go by Mayhem. I like to be chaotic in certain games. This game, less so. This is chill game. But there's a lot of scum. And if you look at my stream histories, my whatever you call them, the archives there, I play a lot of scum, and I try to be a little more chaotic in that game. Yeah, builds and beats, man. I see that. Oh, so you are a musician. See, I'm just stolen valor. I'm no kind of musician. Played a little trumpet in high school, in middle school actually, but no, I don't have the musical ability. I have friends growing up who could just pick up any instrument and play it well.
Inventory full.
And that was when I realized, okay, as much as I enjoy listening to music, I'm not really a musician. But there's nothing wrong with that, and I love musicians. And I love to appreciate their music. Not everybody has to have the same skill set. In some ways, I think, I know musicians probably appreciate music on a deeper level, but people who can't play it can appreciate the skill in a way that the musicians just take for granted. Especially if you're in a like a subculture that's very musical. Okay. This is rocking and rolling right now. Cleanup's going well. What do we have in here? We don't need any of that. We're gonna go straight to the silo with this. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna mess around here. Let's build us an assembler. So we need some steel plate. And let's get some interior plate. Let's do this. There. That should be good enough to get just one assembler rocking and rolling. Where are we going to put it? Do we expand outward for this? Why not? Like I said, this is just a temporary assembler, so when we're doing our construction, we don't end up in an issue where we don't have the components we need. And for that reason, when we're done with our construction of the assembler building, we will destroy this. Probably could have just put the assembler right on there if I had been thinking. But it's okay. I like a little bit of separation. Makes things feel less cluttered, easier to maintain, and easier to recognize when you're looking at it. I don't think I have... What am I doing? I did something silly. There we go. This also means I should take that, gotta eat. I don't have any meat. I should take that sorter off the top of this building, right? We don't need it up there, and I need to set up a new production queue as well. Let's see. I do need... What do we want? Speed, yield, power efficiency? I think we want speed. I'm not too worried about power right now. I mean, this is gonna pull a lot of power, but it's also our only assembler, and I'd rather it work quickly than be conservative with power. Four of those. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Just a little bit more. Let's weld you up, and you. And this should be our last one right here. You just need a couple more bits. There we go, and we're running low on hydrogen, so let's get out of here. When I'm down to just one bottle, I start to get worried, because you run out so quickly. Coffee break. Okay. This is upside down. Son of a gun. Try not to look at it. Let's do this kind of quick and dirty here. Construction components, let's do 10,000. Girders, let's do 2,500. Metal grids, 2,500. Interior plates, 10,000. Steel plates, 15,000. Steel tubes, 5,000. Large steel tubes, 2,500. Definitely a little overkill there. 5,000 motors. Engineered coffee break. Have any of y'all ever played or seen anyone play Satisfactory? I've spent some time in that game too. I really enjoy that one. It gives a similar but more focused vibe than this game. This game's more about machines. That game is all about the factory. Actually, bulletproof glass is one of those things you can look at it and say, I don't need too many of those, but when you start building buildings or ships and you're using glass, you go through it quickly. Let's do 5,000 computers. medical components. I think you only need 3, but let's just do this. The quota mod absolutely should be vanilla. Why would the assembler not have this built in? Yeah, you know, I always reach a point in Satisfactory where it just becomes too daunting, and I'll go to play and just lose interest as soon as I log in. 25. Solar cells, power cells. Let's do, might as well just do 1,000 of those. Ain't gonna hurt to have them. Power kit, parachute canvas. Have 1,000 of that ready. I think we're out of the actual useful stuff. MA50 rifle magazine. Try to have 10 of those available. And then we want to have... oh, one MA20 rifle. Because you use an MA20 to make an MA50, and we want to have one of those spare just in case we die and lose it. Star Rupture. For plenty of inventories, yeah. Have you played Star... I've never heard of it. Factor game with a story and gunplay, but still early access. Okay, I might check that out. Tell you the truth, generally, I have a few games that I like to play and I just stick to them. It's not that I'm opposed to new games. I'm just really slow to change. Sorters don't allow specific amounts. Yeah, the programmable blocks. I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of, I've played with a lot of scripts. I don't have the capacity to build scripts. But I've played with a lot of them, and I really like that they allow that in the game. I think it makes the game way better. And so I do intend at some point to set up some programmable blocks with certain scripts, but one of the things I'm trying to do on this playthrough is use the inbuilt sorters, because I never do that. I always just go straight to a script, type a couple of letters into the inventory screen, and boom, everything's automatic. And so this adds a little degree of challenge that's otherwise not there. Alright, we're gonna do this again. The number of times I have disassembled that specific sorter should be criminal. That's full. Here we go. Oh, we got most of the scrap. Never use sorters, and you never will. I have before, and they're more capable than you think. You just have to challenge yourself to figure out how to use them. Awesome way to start programming. I have done some with the programming language. I think it's C++. Is that right? The one that's used in the game here, anyway. I've done some just to enhance the functions of, or to activate certain functions that I want to use. All right. In certain scripts. There we go. There's one script I really like. I think it's called Programmable LCDs, and that one challenged my brain. For inventory sorters, yeah. It's working on one right now. There isn't a good one. There's no good inventory sorter? What kind of inventory are you talking about? The player character or just general cargo? Because there are some good ones. 4-hole sorters to force ores for refinery or bypass. Yeah. I've got an idea I'm going to try, and I think it's going to work on this one, where basically there's going to be a main line that just goes everywhere from the... well, it just goes everywhere. And then each building has inputs and outputs on it. Name a good one. Izzy? Anything by Izzy is pretty good. Izzy... do I have... it's the wrong button. I think this is just... I'd have to put down a programmable block, huh? Well. Oh, it's outdated? Dang it. Did he? See, I haven't honestly played deeply in several years. Alright. What's next? We've got a temporary assembler. We can finish this refinery building now, which is good. Truth be told, we could expand the drill some and get drilling again, but we don't really need more items. We don't need more stuff to finish what we're doing here. So as tempting as that is, what I do need is an interface. Have one. I suppose I could interface right here to withdraw. I could also do this. Cargo terminal. Handy dandy little thing. Started throwing huge errors and causing problems. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Gosh, it must take a while to develop your own scripts, huh? I played with a guy. I played with a guy. I don't know how long ago it was now. Must have been 2020 or 2021 maybe. And he had done that. Stairs to the terminal. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue that. That's a good idea. I guess I should make it a full terminal then, huh? Because that looks a little goofy. Let's do this. Oh, here, let's do this. Weld that up, because that's probably going to stay there, at least for now. And before I grind this down, cargo terminal full. All components withdrawn.
Inventory full.
Look at me, thinking. Preparing. There she go. So the way this is set up, I can't input any scrap right here, so it just won't feed all the way back. Which also means the scrap that's stored in the silo isn't going to feed back into this system. I'm going to fix that. Looking good, thank you. We're on our way. We're making a little progress, little by little here. There's no rush. Just hang out and enjoy. Look at the doors work. Okay. Let's get some bottles here. Make sure we don't run out. Why does that say 0? Because it's a 20. I don't want a 20. Deborah smacked me. Is she Plank's sister? I got Debbie smacked. Let's finish this wall. We gotta cut all these blocks up. I might put grinders on my welding ship to do that. I should probably do that before I weld up the wall, right? That would be a smart order of operations. Turn these off. Wow! Yeah, the number is the ammo. That's why I saw it in my inventory and I said, why do I have a rifle with 0 ammo? Either I've run out of ammo or it's the wrong rifle. It was the wrong rifle. You need an MA-20 to build a MA-50, and I like the MA-50 for wolves at least. Steel plate. Yeah, somehow I ended up with an extra gun in my inventory. I actually really don't know how that happened. I guess maybe when I was grinding down the assembler. That's my only guess. I don't remember clicking on it, but I may have. Alright, let's get some relief here. Finally, our hunger is going away. It's good. We'll drop the scrap in here for now. Drop that in there too. MR? An MR. I guess military rifle? Is that a reasonable guess? Haha. Yeah, MR makes a lot more sense. Do you know how long I've been calling that MA? I don't know how long, but it's far too long. Can't be a decade, not that long, but more than 5 years. Oh, I'm still loaded. I don't need to be loaded for this. MR8P or... Oh, Mister, I gotcha. Mister. Yeah, sometimes the gun takes on a personality all of its own. Let's get that out of there. Start with an empty ship. Just makes far more sense. I really like these event controllers. I guess y'all, at least a few of you in the chat, seem to be veterans, so you probably know far and away more than I do about them, but as I said, it's been a while since I really dug in. Having the event controller on this ship means when I park it, it turns the camera off automatically, which returns my view to where I want it, puts the batteries in recharge mode, so even a couple seconds parking really helps to bring the battery life back up, and all of it automatically. I used to set up a hotbar. Number 9 was always my docking controls, and my goodness, was that cumbersome. This is a far better system. Oh, you've been playing a long time. That's excellent, man. I love this game. I'm so glad they're making it, or they've made a second one. And at some point, I'm sure I will actually play that second one, but right now I'm happy with the one that's familiar to me. Let's see here. Oh gosh, these ships just make everything so much easier. I suppose if I had been thinking about it, well, I was gonna say I might have done the interior of the silo before the exterior, but most of those stairs are connected to the walls, so it really wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have been possible. Very far from being playable. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm not really missing out by not playing it yet. Bunch of scrap here. Just an absolute bunch. Ooh, yeah. Try not to hit anything, Mr. Mayhem. Okay. So size-wise, the building's just a block right now, and that's because I had something like writer's block. I just couldn't get the image in my head. It was too messy. So I put walls up just to make something happen, and I'm not thrilled with the way this looks, but its bones are good. And what I'm doing right now is having a look from a distance to see if I'm happy with the symmetry of it, and I don't think I am. I think I want this wall to come out one more block. But if I do that, it changes everything. So I'm not going to do that. Never mind. You expect more explosions. What kind of explosions? Me crashing? Those kind of explosions? Yeah, we're going to keep this the way it is. Let's just grind these down, and then we'll get to welding. There will be, once I get into a little later game here, once I get a little more established with certain aspects, there will be explosions because part of the plan with that drill that I'm cutting into the earth with is to create essentially a missile silo so that I can attack enemy fortifications remotely. Drone attacks. Like a true American. Alright. Inventory. I think I took all the steel plate out of my inventory. So let's eat again and get some steel plate. I think I'm done grinding for the time being, so I'll put my welders back on as well. You can set up remote controls filled with actions just for automation. Remote controls, no gyros, no thrusters, just holds actions. Control it to access these actions. A trick in return. Manipulators and complex ships. Are you talking about like a docking sequence, essentially? Something that would sort of automate more complex docking sequences? Let's see here. I want the welder. I had it right there. Small grid. Nope, that gave me large grid. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but cooler. Cooler? Cooler than complex docking? What's cooler than complex docking? Why did I add that to my build planner? I really didn't need to. I shouldn't have. Oh, I bet the large grid one uses large tubes. Yeah, there it is. Silo. There we go. Welders, assembly machines, for example. Programmable blocks beat it, but on servers, you might not have... Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Well, I generally play single player. I don't know. Well, for one thing, I'm using Starlink, and I have the base package because it is incredibly affordable. And I don't know that I could play on a server and stream at the same time. I might be able to. Definitely not when the wife's home. Let's see here. What did I want? Steel plates, I think, is all I really need. We've got a few handy here. Let's load this thing up. And take as much as I can carry. Silo, cargo. There, much as I can carry. Used to be play single player, now all you do is play with people. It is more fun with people. I'm not even gonna defend single player. Yeah, I guess the only defense I have for single player, so I will defend it a little, is like you said with the programmable blocks, or like Random said with the programmable blocks. I get to control the environment, but I've done plenty of playing with other people, and it is way better. Way more fun. But you become beholden to their schedules, and basically I just play when my wife's at work. I'll only stream when she's at work. I don't really stream when she's home. Since the economy update, you've been playing on a salvage economy build restricted server. You never restrict scripts. That's great. You must be playing... Your server must be private, right? Because you couldn't open it up to just anybody and allow scripts. Multiplayer's awesome, especially when people don't PvP too much. Yeah, well that's I guess the other thing about single players. I get to decide the extent to which I have to contend with enemies. And so I can make it a game that's fun and challenging, but not frustrating and unenjoyable. Ooh boy, we are heavy. Did I take on some extra cargo here? I think there's probably stuff in my connector. Huh. Why don't I see my connector? There it is. Oh my, yeah, a bunch of stuff in my connector. I don't need all that in there. There we go. Now we should be able to lift off. That's better. Members only, yep. So, a little bit private, definitely not open to all. Yeah, you gotta do it that way. Yeah, that's the best way. I mean, a public server can be fun for chaos, but this is a game that does not reward chaos. It rewards planning, strategy, and mutual combat. That's when it's fun, right? If you're just chaos mode all the time, I certainly wouldn't have built all this. And I don't think my PCU is overly high now, but it'll get that way eventually. I really like to make stuff more complicated than it needs to be. Ooh-wee! I am heavy right now. Okay. Gee, we do have our block. We'll do a little bit of quick block placement here. I don't usually do this from the cockpit, but let's give it a go. Hello? Oh. I'm too heavy for this. It was worth a shot. It's, Can I turn off my dampers? Oh, yeah. We're balanced. Nice. I don't know why it didn't want to snap from the cockpit view. I don't think I've ever done any building from inside the cockpit. At least, if I have, definitely not a lot. Like all things should be. Absolutely. Absolutely agreed. Let's get these foundational blocks installed. Like I said, friends, I know this structure is far from beautiful, but we're just putting together bones. I'm gonna build and then destroy. Cockpit building is janky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I did a little bit on that silo earlier, and it didn't work, and then it did, and I don't know what I did. You built a service terminal on your big ship, and all your base storage ships were in it. Now you can... Oh, you can take them to the station to sell them? That's interesting. That's definitely part of the new economy. I saw where you can store ships. That's pretty cool. How much do you get for a ship? You can just sell stuff you've built? It's kind of interesting. I wonder what the game rules are around that. Does it have to have gyros and propulsion, or could I just make a big chunk of light armor and sell it? Turn our dampers back on before we do this. Okay, we're gonna just handle the level stuff for the time being. It's all based off component cost in the market. Okay, so you can just sell blocks, basically. Or what you capture, yep. Sell is cheap, it's for scrap, really. Okay. Default is 10% of the value. You can sell an armor cube. Interesting. You could sell it, but it's not worth it. Although, for someone like me, well, I don't mean it like that, but someone who's got a giant base drill and assemblers, refineries, you could turn raw material into cash. Is the trader limitless? Do they have limitless money? Not worth it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't think it would be. I mean, they do a pretty good job balancing stuff, especially this late in the game to release an update and have it be economically broken would be odd. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Service terminal is epic with grid storage. I haven't built one yet. I am going to have to. Bulk acquisition would be more ideal. So basically take the components there if I wanted cash. Just take them components. Ingots are raw resources. Yep. I gotcha. That could be the goal here. I could turn this into like an economy play where my goal is to make money and become like a notable contractor. That'd be cool. Alright, we got somewhere. Let's set her down. Oh, unbalanced. But still okay. Protect ships and made good credits. Protect ships, my goodness. That's the stuff you find at the orange unidentified signal, right? The stuff that's 7,000 or 6,000 kilometers away. Bulk contracts that pay more. Okay, so that's how the economy was before, too. That's not new, and that's good. I enjoyed that kind of thing. I usually did the search missions and then the hauling or delivery missions. I don't know why I left these corners open. No good reason for it. These are closed. Let's get this box finished. I think I want 2 blocks, 1 block of height above this, maybe? 2 blocks. There's level. There's 2 blocks. No, that's too much. I want that pipe right along the ceiling. Protect and counter. A lot easier to get them back with the terminal. Oh yeah, because you can just store them. You don't have to like drag them with a connector or a magnetic plate or something. You store them, go back. You can probably leap, right? And you don't have as much mass, so you can leap further. Does the mass, when something is stored, does it account for the mass? Does the ship weigh more? Finish up my ugly rectangle, and then I'll start detailing it once I get it built. It's just, at this point, I could actually start considering how I want it to look. I know I want big windows, at least in the front. The fact that this is offset, purposeful. And then I need something over here to fill in these stairs. Mass does not show up. Stored grid does not increase mass. See, that is a little bit broken. I'm cool with it. But, like you're saying, for bringing protect ships back to make money, that is a little bit broken. Cool with it, but you'd think that mass would have to be somewhere. Ship, yeah. Basically, it's, you build your blueprint once, and then you can cut and paste it from the world. That's cool. It's a good mechanic, it is. It's a little bit broken, and one of the things that Space Engineers always had going for it was the fact that you couldn't do stuff like that, so it's interesting. I don't think I'll avoid the mechanic, but I am a little bit apprehensive about it, in a sense. Almost afraid that it would take away some of the charm of the game. I don't know what to do for a roof on here. I could just do a flat roof. I could do a windowed flat roof. I don't think it deserves a dome. I think I'll do a flat roof, but I'll put some mechanical stuff on top of it. Factorum warships and transports reappear and disappear on stations while everyone just stares. Uh-huh. Almost magic. Let's use our terminal. Let's see. I don't need that. I probably don't need these right now either. Flat roof with a walkable area. Yeah, there should be some kind of access to it, right? Yeah, I've got an idea for that. That's a good shout. That's a really good shout. We're gonna make this thing work. We're gonna make it kind of cool. We're gonna do a little stairway that comes up into the roof, up above the roof, with a little doorway poking up there, and then we may do some piping and sorting on the roof. That might be where we split the input and output for this building. Grid storage, keep your world clean so you can... Yeah. I get it. I 100% get it. I'm not opposed to it. Especially, like you're saying, for online play where PCU is an issue, and you might go through different phases in your construction, right? The base is always going to be there, but are you in a mining and digging phase? That's a different ship than a ground defense or space exploration. So yeah, you can store the ships that you're not using and retrieve the ones you want to. I get it, and I think it's great. Build a large grid welder. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just print ships. But then you have to at least take the time to print the ships and set up the machine that prints them. That's my whole point. It's like you have that mechanic, and you also have the grinder pits. And if you're playing on regular settings, you know, I have the Aw Scrap mod going, but if you're playing regular settings, you toss the ships you're not using in the grinder pit, print the ones you want to use. It's just time. It's a time sink. Like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not trying to speak out against it. I like it. It is a distinct change in the game, though. One would have to admit that, right? Okay, yeah, we're gonna do mechanicals on the roof. Definitely gonna do that. We're gonna get, see, actually, what I have going on right now, I don't know if I've showed this yet, but down here in the basement, in the underground, whatever this is, still need to fix that right there. Utilities, right? So we've got some hydrogen stored right here, and an engine, and a battery. And that way, if this grid gets disconnected from the power grid, it can self-sustain for a little while. And so what I might do is move that onto the roof. Capture a ship and sell it? Yeah, I'm sure that's fun, man. That sounds like really good fun. The fun part's the fight to capture. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. That's definitely part of what I want to do in this playthrough. I'm a ways away from it still. But well, I'm gonna get there. Definitely want to get involved in the economy, get involved with the accounters. Like I was saying before, I might end up putting modular encounter systems on here. I'll have to do some more research into the economy update, but I might like to have base defense as an aspect of this too. This game can get a little bit tower defense-y, and I like that. You did the preview tutorial for the mechanic. Okay. Yeah. No, look, I'm with it. I don't hate it. With a large grid builder. Yeah, probably would. I don't know if I want to build a large grid ship right now, though. See, I'm in it for the grind. I'm all about doing stuff slow and steady and making it last. So a large grid welder would make this go a lot faster. And what I mean, I could just run a pipe up off of here, or like run a conveyor up onto the ceiling and just build some temporary welders and let the whole thing build itself, and then cut those welders out when it's done building. The first welder builds the second one, and each welder builds everything around it. What would I need? Probably 10 or 15 of them on the roof here to make it work. Build restricted salvage economy server. Yes, sir. That's the kind of server where you are detaching blocks from ships and attaching them to your ships, right? Like you're salvaging whole blocks, not just components. Slows everything down, yep. Alright, there we go. That is the roof complete. Well, you know, not complete, but enclosed, let's say. Let's do this too, while we're doing. The ship probably is light enough to maneuver at this level, right down here at the ground. So let's take advantage of that and close this thing in. I'm gonna run out of armor soon. There is a block down there, okay. I think that's the entire foundation down to ground level now. Oh yeah. Progress, friends, progress. That feeling right there. Most functional large grid blocks are restricted and not buildable. That's the way to do it. I applaud it, man. That's good concept. I did a no jetpacks, no nuclear, and no solar run. I can't remember if we did. Basically, hydrogen was our only power source. This was a multiplayer back in the day. I don't know if the streams are archived or not. I may have been streaming on Twitch at that point. I'm exclusively YouTube now. Not that I stream much. But that was a lot of fun. No jetpacks and all hydrogen meant we spent the entire playthrough up in the Arctic, like at the top of the highest mountains at the north of the Earth-like, and most of the playthrough was designing ships that could gather ice. Oh, and we also did no using connectors to transfer, only for parking and recharging. Maybe not even recharge? Yeah, recharging. And that meant you had to use the connectors on your ships as ejectors and use the hopper or collector, whatever it's called in this game. Yeah, I think it's called a collector. And so the transfer was slowed way, way down, and it felt way more interesting. I had this ship that would fly, and it would make its own hydrogen. It was so heavy, but it made its own hydrogen, and I had a wheeled vehicle that was basically a tractor trailer, and I would load the ice into the trailer and basically just hover over the trailer, ejecting ice, and then go gather more ice and hover over the trailer and eject it and bring it back to base. That was so much fun. So much fun. Really, really slow paced, but super enjoyable. I think we're coming back to our night cycle here, aren't we? Downward facing camera for docking. Let's see, we need to get some more hydrogen at some point. Silo. Need all the steel plate. Interesting. Did I not name all my containers? Let's go get hydrogen. Let's go get some hydrogen. We need to do a little bit of flying and a little bit of discovery. I feel like this entrance is way too underwhelming. Something else needs to be here. I don't know what yet. Yeah, event controller camera setup validated. Agreed. I love that I don't have to press a button. As soon as I dock, I'm just out of it. I hear some wolves. Here, yep, see, large cargo container 5. Look at that. Silo cargo. Insert page up, copy, page down, paste. Build vision for the win. Talk about a time saver, right? Silo cargo. Bingo. I'm not even gonna name this, am I? Yeah, I am. Silo assembler. There. Just go right past those wolves. Not worried about them at all. Where's the sun? Oh, that's disorienting. Sorry. Alright, I need a quick bio break. It will be brief. Let's call up a sunrise here. If we can. There we go. I'll be right back. Just a moment. Okay, thank you for your patience. Someday, yeah, name everything, you'll have to find them. Yeah, absolutely right. I did a playthrough, I called it Hutu, and the concept on that one was I was a marine engineer who went to the Earth moon ahead of his companions, ahead of his squad or whatever, and needed to set up a forward base. And I was waiting there, building more and more, waiting for them to come, and they never came. And the reason I'm telling you this story is eventually I built an antenna relay of solar powered satellites that would launch from my base into space and connect the moon to the Earth with just radio antennas. And then I launched a Earthlander vessel that could be remote controlled all the way down to Earth and remote controlled it from the moon to explore and try and find the Marines to see if they landed in the wrong place. And I'll tell you what, building those antennas and automating their launch sequence was such a good feeling. That was before event controllers. Landing pads so you can land your ship and not have to jetpack down to the door. That's a good idea. Maybe a connector on top is the plan. Landing pad's a good idea. Yeah, I think the landing pad is a good idea. It's the exact kind of thing that I want to do, and I'm going to forget. So what I'm going to do about it is... I think I need some interior plate as well. That's gonna be in my way. That's okay. Let's do... Let's see, landing pad. I'm trying to visualize how I want to do this. I think I want it offset. I'll have to fix that block there and this one here, so it kind of attaches a little bit. And I'll do a little bit of underground work to get myself connected. This will end up having railings and maybe some lighting. That's probably big enough. And then need to attach it to the earth on the corners. And let's find a connector location. Do we want an inset connector? Or do we want a protruding connector? I think in this instance, a protruding connector would be acceptable. Let's get the ship down here for scale. Just assume this will be... Since this is the construction ship, and this is the storage silo for construction materials, this is probably our primary ship that will be landing here. That or a like a personal transport, which would only be smaller, I think. Boar looked too much like wolves. Was that a boar? I'm pretty sure that was a wolf. Are there boars? Protruding and supports. Yep. Okay, we're gonna go third person for a second here. Yeah, this is a good sized platform. So we want our connector right there below me. Why is it so edible? Good question. That's a good question. We need conveyor. Just put that there. That's fine. Conveyor and then connector. I think I'm going old school with this one. Or... Well, this ship's actually designed so it can be... No, I'm going to go old school, and if I don't like it, I will change it later. Okay, I'm not going to build this platform right now, but I know I have it here. And I'll come back to finish it, and maybe make it another block bigger. Wouldn't hurt. It'd give the... It'll make it so when I put the railings on there, it'll be better. And then we'll set this up a little different so the door is integrated. Yeah, this is a much better entryway. I'm going to integrate it over here, and it'll wrap around the building a little more. Quarter round gives you railings for them. Well, I think... Where's my round? I could be wrong here, and this may not even be what you mean, but I could do something like this as the edge, right? Oh, yeah. Michael Kilpatrick? That was a good shout, man. Good idea. I like it already. This is gonna make a very nice little addition to the platform. Gives me that extra width I want, and it makes those supports look a little more supportive. What did I do? I scrolled. There we go. Yep. And then railing can definitely go on top of there, right? Construction components. I gotta weld all this up too. Alright, where's my... There we go. Let's just get a bunch of railings here. Ain't gonna hurt to have them. Oh yeah. There you go. It might even... That's where I need the mod, isn't it? That corner. Mm-hmm. I'm stuck. There we go. There's no shot we have quarter round railings, right? I would have noticed that. There we go. No problem. That looks fine. Right? Everybody loves that. Goodness. Come on, Keen. Missed opportunity. Alright, that's good. We got a slow platform. Let's see if we destroy it when we take off here. Oop, third person. Third person when you're flying a ship. I don't know, I prefer first person whenever I can. Base building is the main thing you like about the game. Well, I definitely understand that. Boar replaces wolves. Oh, okay. So that it actually looks like a food source. It makes more sense, huh? Boar replaces wolves. And round railings. I don't know if that's the name of the mod, but I should be able to find it that way. Thank you, Random, for looking that up. I appreciate you putting in the time for that. Definitely going to add that stuff to the game here, no doubt about it. We've got the welder no eye damage, boar replaces wolves, and round railings that need to be added to the game. Now, Michael has me thinking I should maybe do round corners on top here. Does that make sense to do? I don't know. I'm gonna just follow through with what I've started, and we will decide after I get it boxed in and start adding windows. Fortunately, my brain is limited in its ability to visualize, so it helps me to see stuff actually right in front of me. You tried the boars and the sound they make drove you crazy. Yeah, okay. Well, I might try it anyway. Just to see if I like it. Most of the time, sounds don't bother me too much, except the sound of chewing. That's one that just gets on my nerves. I think I get that from my old man, too. He was very strict about chewing with your mouth closed and not making mouth sounds. Oh, it's nice to lose some weight. This ship gets a lot more wieldable around 75,000 kilograms. Far more maneuverable. Oh yeah, we gotta get these corners here. Okay, now while we're light, let's do the foundation blocks over here. Slurping must be bad too. I don't think as much. It's just like chewing, gratuitous chewing for some reason. The lip smacking, open mouth chewing. And listen, I'm saying that, and it does bother me, but I'm an adult, and if I'm around somebody who's doing that sort of thing, I just tune it out. Gum chewing, though, I will say gum chewing can be real bad because it never ends. At least when someone's eating a meal and it's annoying me, I can kind of hold that down and not make a fuss because it's not my place. But when they're chewing gum, it's never going to end. There's no end in sight, and so that annoys me worse than meal chewing. It's unnecessary and it's endless. And the sort of suspense of how long will this go on, it can get on my nerves. But like I said, I'm an adult. I don't make it anyone else's issue. It's my thing to deal with. Don't clang rotors when near others. Is that a little bit of wisdom right there? Some ethical stuff? We're talking about manners? It would be pretty rude to start clanging your rotors when your friends are around. Exactly. Yep. Don't clang your rotors. Oh, this is coming together. This is gonna be the best block anyone's ever seen. Admittedly, this ship's a little bit under-thrusted for the weight it can carry, but it works for what I do with it, and that's good enough for me. I like that it's small. That was real important to me. I wanted it to be small so it can fit in between base elements, and so I lose a little bit of maneuverability at maximum capacity, but like in a situation like this, that's fine. I don't need ultimate maneuverability. I need to just carefully approach my destination and dump my stuff. Let's see here. Cargo. Silo. Silo cargo. There we go. 12,000 steel plates. That's what I'm talking about. I knew they had to be somewhere. I may be a little bit overweighted now. I don't know how I'll do reaching underneath myself with this kind of weight, but let's give it a shot. Just stay nice and slow. Oh, I'm also playing with expanded settings. Or extended, I can't remember, extended or expanded. And so my speed limit has been adjusted. I don't think I've adjusted anything else, maybe. And somebody had asked about my inventory setting. I think I just do the default. What is it, 3x or something? Here we go. Was that you, random, that had asked about my inventory setting? Yeah, I'm playing default, I'm pretty sure. Because the small grid, or the large grid small cargo container is 15,000? I'm Pretty sure that's the default 3x. This is working out. I just had to be real careful on the initial approach. I might do half walls around the top, or even raise a parapet at the front of the building. Your asteroid base, right before the large welder ship part. Yeah, that's right. My asteroid base has a glass living space on its top so you can watch the sunrise. That's very, very amazing. I'm tempted to bring you all to my Hutu world. I have so many hours in that one, and it's very highly developed, but I think the last time I went in, either some of the script or the mods had been messed up, and it didn't run exactly the way I remembered it, which is part of the reason I started a new playthrough. That was a moon base, but I did some stuff like that. I had a mostly glass comms room where there were all my controllers and, well, not all of them, but screens and controllers and all kinds of stuff, like an information center or a flight control tower. And that was on the moon, and it was basically there so I could see out, watch the sunrise. Oh yeah. I don't think we're going to have enough plate to get this whole thing welded, but I also am certain I don't need a whole load to finish either, so we might come back with a half a load when we run out here. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. I'm almost thinking it'd be worth it to take the connector off of this ship, and nope, I changed my mind. I was going to say put a sorter on there so I could set it up to draw steel plate automatically for me, but then I wouldn't be able to pass stuff out of the ship's inventory, so that's not a good idea. There we go. We've run out. Go grab a half a load, which will still be more than we need, really. Whoa, little twitchy there. Ease her on in, bud. Ease her on in. Add a reverse sorter. Yeah, I mean, that obviously could be done, but now we're getting to making the ship a lot bigger. Just for yeah. I agree. You like your assembler and refinery in the lowest part of the base so you can't hear it. I get that. That's why I like utility rooms, depending on the type of base I'm building. In this case, I'm separating it, so there will be an assembler building, a refinery building. I only have to hear them when I want to go in there to look, I guess. And once I finish building them, there won't be any reason to go to them, really. Oh, look at that. That'll do. That's more than a half a load, but it'll still be maneuverable. Oh, this thing's such a brick. Such a brick. But that's good, because now I'm looking at it going, I need to fix this. What am I going to do? And I've got some ideas already. We're going to do some windows, for sure. As far as the top edge goes, I haven't decided. I think I'm going to try what I was saying before. Put some like, fence blocks up or something. See how that looks. Yeah, the sorters need to be set up a certain way to actually be useful. Right now, what I was doing with the sorter in the silo was just pulling the stuff out of the inventories that I wanted to delete, wanted to grind down. Manual clicking is the way. Yeah, I mean, for ships, for sure. You know, something like this, the reason it occurred to me here is because most of what I've welded with this ship has been light armor, so it's just steel plate, and could be nice to have one that pushes stuff, but also it would overfill the ship. It would push stuff into every available inventory, and then I'm too heavy, so actually not really a good idea. But there we go. That's it, ready for design work. So let's get to that now. We're gonna just park our ship. Actually, while I have all this steel plate, why don't I weld up the platform that's here? Ah, I thought I had all the parts for this. I must have deposited it. No, I do, don't I? Isn't it just components and... What's going on here? There we go. I was missing. Honestly, might be easier just to finish these than to try to avoid them. Oh, just short. It's okay, we can build it anyway. Attempting to build an assembler and have quotas set up on the ship. Well, yeah, but again, something that was important about this ship was that it be as small as it could be, so I can get in tight places like this. So yeah, definitely, I mean, it depends on the ship. If you're talking a large grid ship for building big stuff, absolutely. This ship here, not so much. Round corners would break up the box look. I think you're right about that. Actually, I don't think you're right. I completely agree with you, and I'm gonna do that. That's in the plan. Round corners. I haven't used them much, but you mentioning them here on this platform and seeing how well it transforms the platform, I'll be using them more. I'm gonna find that mod you were talking about too, so I can have it on my round corners. Have it, so I can have the railings on my round corners. Yeah, random. If this ship gets too heavy when it's empty, I'm gonna have to add more thrust. More thrust is more weight, less maneuverable, and the ship just keeps getting bigger, taking up more and more space. So, yeah, I see where you're at with that, but I don't think that's the solution for this use case here. Okay, that's pretty good. We've got a bunch of flight time here, so I'm going to take advantage. And let's build these things too, whilst we're building. What do you mean 6 motors? It's so janky. Small ships for tight spaces, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I might get to a point where I need a big ship for building big bases, but I actually don't think I will. I think what I'll need a big ship for is to build a bigger ship with. If I were to blueprint one and then print it, it's easier on a real big ship to use a smaller big ship, you know, rather than try and make a base printer that'll do the trick. Alright. Let's dock here just to get us some power. Actually, does this have any power? Is it actually connected anywhere? Right there. I think... No, I don't think it has power. Oh, it should. Interesting. Shouldn't this be yellow? Oh. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Slick Rick. You like big ships for base building. Like the base building I'm doing here, Michael? Or bigger bases? Wow, cutting it close on the hydrogen. Let's run this scrap through. And let's, get some more meat. Engines are running, which means our batteries are charging. And we're down to 27. Okay. We might do a little bit of ice gathering here. Mainly just because I enjoy gathering ice. And that's really it. I just like gathering ice. You can't do the survival loop or the, you know, the wow. Going from planet to asteroid to moon. Yeah. I got you. You like having a big ship to bring components to build so you don't have to bootstrap your next build every single time from the ground up. Resource loops. That's what I was looking for. I like the resource loops in this game. It's one of the things the base drill takes away from you, but it also doesn't, because the base drill gives you just the stuff that stone has, and then you go out to get, like me, I set mine up over an iron deposit. So I still have to go out in the world to gather all the rarer elements. But I'm not grinding constantly to get the basic stuff. Alright, 90,000 kilograms is what we're going for here. We can overload this ship. We can overload it fairly dreadfully. Think to the point where it won't even fly. And it just starts to sink slowly into the pit. And that is always frightening. That happens. So 90,000 is what we're going for. $60, $65, we could take a bigger cut here. $72, $75, $78. Gotta try and stay level. $86, $92. There we go. That'll do. Let's see here. Let me show you something. This guy. Oh, it doesn't. I thought that would come up there. Well, I have a big ship blueprint that I've been playing with for a long time. I built it from the ground up, very proud of it. And it's one of those you can build a base off of it type ships. I built it with the build and repair, Nanobots build and repair mod. And so it has those nanobots in it for automatically repairing itself and automatic base building. With a projector block. Good idea. Good idea. We'll get this load of ice in. Usually I like to do between 3 and 5. loads of ice. We'll just get one in so that we can look at the TBD together because it's pretty great. I think it's probably my favorite ship that I've ever built. And I do not consider myself a builder, really. And I go for it. I enjoy what I do. But I'm a loops kind of guy. I like the resource loops, the survival loops. But anyway, we'll take a look at that ship. It's pretty great. One of your miners doesn't have down thrust, and more than once you forgot which way was up. Yeah, I've been there too. I absolutely have been there. Why is it so loud? Is there like a windstorm going on? This game is loud. Let's just turn that down a little bit. That's droning so bad. Let's see here. Projector. Console block. I don't know if the console block will actually do it justice. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. They fixed the projector block. Thruster sounds, plenty of thrusters nearby. Not over here. I think it's a windstorm. I just don't have any windmills, so we can't really see it. We just have to hear it. Grab me my bits. All components successfully withdrawn. Let's just stick it on the side here. That's fine. Alright. There we go. That's so cool that they made it left and right finally. Okay, projector. Blueprints. TBD. I call it the TBD because it was to be determined. I don't think it has any subgrids because I wanted it to be printable. Copy to clipboard. No, just wait. How do I know when it's done? Oh, you can do a console up to 100%. I did not know that. I thought it had to be contained on the console there. What's going on? Is it... Oh, it's cloud stored. That's why. This is a 2 megabyte monster. I wish I had this one stored locally. Blueprint is being loaded. Feels like it's not. 2 megabytes should be done by now, I would think. Something broken here? I'm gonna be real sad if the TBD is broken. I probably should have pasted it or posted it on the workshop, which I may have done. I don't know. Get the blueprint from the projector and copy to clipboard there. I'm in the projector. At least I thought I was. Blueprints. TBD. Copy it to clipboard. Oh, it's 2.7 now. Here we go. Yeah, it's... Okay, so there was some grid stuff going on there. Let's see. Ooh, that's a big boy. What's going on here? Basebud antenna. Enable broadcast, that's why. You can rotate the projection now. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is get like this so we can do this. Projector. See if that's the right way up. I think it is. Oh yeah, so the weapons mods that I was using don't exist. There was the big cannon array under here and all that, but you still get the gist of the ship. So here's where at least in the old economy, I haven't seen the new economy yet, but this was an economy ship. So I docked to the economy here, whatever station I'm at, and then the walkways would line up, enter into this little... Ooh, we're not in there, are we? Yeah, go through this door. And then go through... Yeah, go through this door. And this is where it would depressurize. Or repressurize. Yeah, depressurize, I think. That was the airlock. Thank you. Yeah, very cool looking ship. And here's the living quarters. You know, you got your blocks for that. Shower and turret. And then... the helm, and I was so proud of myself when I figured out I could use the transparent LCDs to give myself horizon and stuff. And then I had the interact with buttons when seated mod, so I had stuff on here. This is like a living room, kitchen thing. A lot of fun. Bunch of nuclear power on here. And then you've got assemblers, storage, refineries, the whole bit. Lasers, just a bunch of lasers, and an absolute boatload of hydrogen. And the first time I ever built this ship, the world I developed it for, I was doing remote. I had a remote location for hydrogen, and I would fill up a hydrogen tank and then bring a truck over and disconnect that hydrogen tank. Every hydrogen tank had a connector on it. Disconnect it from where it was, crane it onto the back of the ship, or onto the back of the bed of the tanker, the empty tanker, and then boom, the tanker ran on hydrogen engine, take off. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Really, really liked this ship. And mix of ion and hydrogen, of course, so it's interplanetary. It's a beast. It's a real beast. Yeah, that's that. That's that old ship right there. Good little distraction from what we're doing. And the build and repair, the nanobots build and repair meant I could get it close to something I wanted to build. Just frame that stuff up and then bring the ship in and it would build it automatically. Which, I like the nanobots mod. It takes a little bit away from the game because you don't have to do any more... you know, you don't need these ships, the welding and grinding ships. You just colorize stuff and it builds it. But let's see here. I think I'm winding down. I'm kind of running out of steam. I'm going to need a a break, but I think before I do that, let's see. Oh, yeah, I thought about that random. The problem is I've played with that ship so much. It's a great ship, it's very effective, but I kind of want to do something new. So I've determined myself that I'm not gonna use that ship this time. Let's see here. Who to? Gosh, there's so many different versions of this shit of this one world. I think this was the primary, but it looks like I'm in creative mode there. Oh, I was trying to build a bigger ship. This has got to be it. Great for repairing things you can't reach inside a ship. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love it. I love the build and repair. It just gets to a point where it feels a little cheaty. Okay, you know what? This may not be creative. This may have been me actually trying to build this big thing in here. So let's load the recent version. Hmm, that was the problem. Couldn't retrieve. I wonder what mod that is. Hope it doesn't break the game. Skybox Spinus. Assertive loot. Weapons mod. Okay. We got to get 1.6 gigabytes here. We're cranking through it. Hopefully it doesn't drop a bunch of frames while we're doing this. I'm just going to show you around this world real quick and then we'll call it for now. Need a break. Got to do some things around the house. It's been raining a whole bunch the last few days and we put a bunch of dirt in the yard before the rain came trying to fix stuff that had washed out, and somehow along the journey of trying to regrade the yard, we made a stream that runs into the basement. So I got to keep going down there and vacuuming up a little puddle of water. And I should do that again now because I'm trying to keep the basement nice. Oh yeah, this is good. I love this old world. I really love this old world. There's a part of me that when I started this new playthrough thought I should just go back to that world I'd been in for so long and go to the Earth like, and if I want to start a new playthrough, start it there. I'd still have all my progress and be building on the same foundation that I'd already established. But the reason I chose not to is this playthrough is so established that it's too easy to just send packages from the moon and have all the materials I need handy. It took away the early game, and I wanted that early game. I could have role played it, but I didn't have the gumption, I guess. Oh, 80 to 90%. Can you tell it's a big world? Come on, buddy, you can do it. Get us to 100 so I can show the folks around. Nice. Prepare for lag. Prepare for lag. Is this it? Are we lagging already? Most of the time a man can expect that 100% means finished. But in the case of loading Hutu World, 100% means just wait a little while. We'll be done soon. Ba-da-da-da. There we go. We're in. Bum bum bum. Mods have compile errors. They always did. They always. Don't worry about that. They always did. Do you see that laser going off down there? That's my base's automated defenses. All right. What are you? Oh, this is a welding ship? My goodness. Here it is in all of its glory. And with the cannons, too. Ballistic arrays, everything. Automatic doors. I put so many details into this thing. Just so many. Jump drives already. Weapons charged, ship batteries. Yeah, I have a capacitors mod on here so that the lasers can function briefly on the on the ship's power, but not infinitely. What are we locked to? Okay, can I just hit P? Yes, I can. Yeah, this was meant to be an immersive ship, so when you're flying it, you don't need your HUD, or that was my intention anyway. Projector on off for repairs. And it maneuvers like a cargo ship until you really get it going, and you can make this thing combat effective. Always have a miner attached to the side. That's why I run the radio spectrometry in this big ship. I think it's actually using the ore detector on the miner to function that. And then we'll give you... Let's see, I think I need to turn this on just so I can activate or deactivate different barrages.
Ship fuel low.
And you see it runs down some, weapons charge dropping. The weapons charge is measuring the capacitors. And then release, and it brings the charge back up. You can split a ship in half with these lasers. And that's just the lasers. If you want to fire actual weapons, you turn on the barrage. But it takes a while to reload. Let's see. Got ion dry override, so I can set a pace to just accelerate endlessly. And I also have... Can't remember what the name of the mod is. There we go. But there's my forward thrust. That's W. And then if I hit shift, the hydrogen kicks in. And you really get going like that. I think there's a way to turn the hydrogen on or off on the hotbar. There it is. You can set the override. So we're just always accelerating. I think my speed limit in this one is 10,000 meters per second. Alright, we should slow down, and we are in gravity here. Where's my base? Uh-oh. Drawing attention. Alright, we're not going to fly this ship all the way to the base. Come to think of it, that's going to take too long. We're just going to hydrogen on down there. Jetpack, rather. Oops, forgot that was automatic. Alright, let's hope I have enough hydrogen to do this. I probably should have grabbed a bottle before I left. Constant acceleration. Okay, yeah, the jetpack, I think I hobbled the jetpack so it doesn't work well in gravity. It works fine on the moon, but I think it's underpowered for Earth. Oh, that's oxygen. I don't think there's any hydrogen bottles. Cargo ship for economy stuff. Mining ship. It's actually a replacement. It's just a rebuild of the one I always use. Here's my control tower. And I think, yeah. So this is kind of funny here. I set this up without a conveyor. This oxygen bottle is not conveyed to anything. When I want to fill this oxygen tank, I need to put these on decompress and then open the base up to the main primary oxygen storage. Let's see. Wait a second. Here we go. That looks broken. Some Izzy script here. I'm sad this is broken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's broken. This one too? No, that one didn't have any custom data. So this was the control room. You got all your computers you can sit at, and then the turret controllers, master controller, and then turret 3, turret 2. Just turn my headlights on here. And we'll go down to the basement. And like I said, I'm not a builder per se. Everything's kind of blocky and whatnot, but I just had so much fun putting it all together. These are my little drone ships. They're not autopilot. I pilot them manually, but they are very quick, pretty effective. Getting this thing to work was more trouble than it should have been. There's a lot of clank involved. Clang? Clang. And this is the living quarters. But also, oh, look at that little model of the ship right there. Kind of tells me what's going on at the base. We got our stone, iron, nickel, gives us the whole readout. Solar output right now is good. Batteries are fully charged. Oxygen tanks maxed out. All this script stuff, right? And then from here, definitely an engineer because it works. That's right. It may not look good, but it works. I should close my helmet when I go outside. This was my little production garage. And it's meant to build just one thing, basically. It prints the drones. I wonder if this still works. Let's see, projector on, off. I can't even remember. Merge block on. Oh gosh, we're gonna get risky here. Welders on. Printer hinges. Hanger piston, extend and retract. I think I need to extend the piston or retract it. It doesn't seem to be working. There we go. Did I have a limit set? Surely I would have set a limit, right? No, I definitely did not set a limit. That's funny. But somewhere around where it was probably good. I don't remember. It's been a while since I used this little printer. Huh. I've messed up. There we go. Brings him in. Maybe I just chumped out on the piston. Extend, on, and send it home. Puts the drone high up, hinges closed, builds outwards and descends. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see if it still works. There we go. Yeah, it built the lowest block, so now I just wait, and it builds, builds, builds. I think it should be able to reach those front blocks, too. Oh, the lag, though. This world's just so big. Beautiful. Oh, I love how stuff just works. And then once it's fully built, I switch lock the connector. The thing pressurizes, charges, gets loaded with ammunition. Hydrogen tank didn't get built. Ooh, buddy. What do we do? Maybe bring it down, it'll end up in the sphere of influence? Can also build it by hand if we had to. There it goes. And then I think there's a readout on the projector that tells you if it's fully complete, right? Yeah, 100%. So now it retracts down into the floor, and we switch lock the connector. Everything starts charging up. And this is all before event controllers. My goodness, the amount of automation I could add to it now. I think I had all this set up on here too. Maybe not. But that was my intention, was to eventually set this up so... Oh, is there a timer block that does all this automatically? It's possible. Yep, and that's a little drone ship. It's such a cool little printer. I mean, it just does the one vehicle, but that's all I need it for. That's my little protection drone, you know? Let's see here. The network of catwalks, all yellow. Gosh, some of the things I've done. This was a grinding ship. I guess I started doing some salvage stuff. Here's my... This is my cargo drone. Basically, this thing goes to Earth. So I was going to set up a forward base there. And I wonder... See the orbital relay? Shift-K. Why? There we go. Relay. I think at one point one of my relays died, and I haven't taken the time to go repair the relay, but set up service terminal to save up PCU. But yeah, when I had initially set up the relays, they went all the way from here, 45,000 kilometers between each one, down to Earth, and then several in Earth's atmosphere, upper atmosphere, because they're solar powered and they're just small, so they had to be in a low gravity environment, but close enough to the surface so I could control my lander drone. This thing didn't really work out, and it needs a lot more work. but it was meant to be a piloted attack vessel. It's pretty good. It's very, very quick. But there was something about it I can't remember that I just didn't love. Can't remember what it was. Everything's on auto. It's quick. Lag the game out quick. And you get to select each gun. I guess I'm out of ammo. But yeah, this was another one I was going to automate the construction of. That's the problem. It doesn't stop fast enough. It goes so fast forward that it becomes a real genuine problem. But yeah, that was an attack ship. My goodness, I love this old world. I hope y'all don't mind me just kind of doing a glory run here, showing this thing off. This was kind of neat too. Like I said, I started getting into salvage, and when you use grinders, you have this problem that stuff likes to just kind of explode away from the grinder, and then you end up with a bunch of trash everywhere. So I built a recycling bin. This was when hinges first came out too. So I was excited to use the hinges on a project like this. But this grinder pit can take the drones, the attack drones, after an attack run. Just send them in here, close the lid, grind. And I was not using OS scrap, so I got 100% return on everything except the hydrogen and battery energy. Another attack drone. Gosh. Now this is one of those. I can't remember what happened there, but at some point these two things were connected by a path. And oh, I think I lost power on the base, and it was just connectors holding it up or something. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, this thing here. Fun use of hand. Yeah, I completely agree. And without any bad interactions too. I was very excited by that. So this thing, I forgot how I... Here we go. A little bit clunky on the entrance. Admittedly. This thing. Oh no! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Gravity generator at the bottom would help. Yeah, yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. That's smart. We're gonna quick load here. It's been too long. I definitely forgot my launching sequence. Event controllers. Everything can benefit from event controllers. My goodness, that would have been... If I was actually playing and I had to do the repairs on that thing, well, I have a blueprint of it, so it wouldn't be awful, but it would be annoying. And the recovery of it could be impossible. That might actually be a situation where you just grind it down and build a new one. So I might not be able to tip it back up. Of course, I forgot how long it takes to load this world. This is a catch-22. It might have been quicker to grind that ship down and build a new one. Yeah, this old world, man. There's, I wonder, I don't think my antenna relay's functioning because there's a bunch of remote control signals that weren't available, which is too bad. I'd love to show you my Earthlanders. We might do a little teleporting around at some point. I can't remember what I built on the planet. I don't even remember why I went to the planet. I know there was a roleplay reason, but I don't remember if there was a functional reason. It may have been to set up ice, to set up hydrogen production for refueling the main ship, the TBD, the green one. Gosh, that thing uses a lot of hydrogen. Stores a lot too. Okay, 100%. Time to wait for the last 30%. But if you get a nice big ice lake on the Earth lake, you can make a lot of hydrogen. A lot. %. Hurry up and wait. Oh, look at that. We saved right here. I just remembered. I think I just remembered. Yeah, now the real loading. Not that fake stuff we were doing before. No, that's vent toggle. Never mind. Is it pressurized in here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see. Thrusters. There we go. We need 8. 9 is the O2. Let's do auto on that. Let's do our thrusters on. Haha. Yeah, buddy. I know how to play. I know how to fly my own ship. Just make sure there's no other hot bars here. Okay. It's simpler than I thought. I just made one little mistake. You guys still haven't seen this ship yet. You've just seen, like... You haven't even seen the full size of it, I don't think. This is honestly the type of ship that, well, now you know what it does. Oh, we're good. We're rolling now. This thing's nuclear powered. Yeah, power is good. This is the plunger. I don't remember... I honestly don't remember where I was flying it to. There's gotta be... Was it cobalt? What was I getting with it anyway? Ice base. I had an ice base. I forgot about that. Let's go here. Yep, that's where we're going. Not showing it as hydrogen. This one's ion. No hydrogen on this one. Here, ion. Let's show you. So let's turn those signals off for a second. My goodness. This thing can dig. I tell you, it makes a nice hole. And it's got that cargo ship feeling. You want to keep it upright. You got to be real careful with how you fly it. You want to just keep it level, and everything you do slow. You do it slow and cautious. Yeah, huge plunger. This thing, it was fun to build. Obviously, really simple. And it's fun to actually pilot it, just because of how much authority it has, the mass of it. Okay, we need to slow down now. I got going way too fast. See, that's my problem right there. Capital feel, yes sir. There we go, we're slowing down. Do a little rotation here. I think I had downward facing lights on it too. Or maybe I just relied on the ion thrusters. We'll see when we get to the plunge site. Platinum and nickel. Sure hope we need a lot of it, because we're about to get a lot of it. $178 meters. So we want to be about 178 meters. There we go. And then everybody knows the trick, right? You click, press K, and then release your click. And it just stays. Gotta ease on down there, bud. Ease on down. There's some other plunge holes. Generally, I try to line up with them. Line up with the old plunge hole. As best I can, anyway. And get myself as close to level as I can. And then we lock our gyros. If it's got reactors, could build shortcut through moon to the other. Yeah, oh yeah, this one's got reactors. It's limitless power. Wealthy engineering. Yeah, buddy. This is the I'm just gonna take everything. This is actually one of the rules on this playthrough was no base drills. So just too easy, right? So I made a base drill that flies because I didn't like that rule. I was the one that made the rule. Okay. We hit a little bit too hard. Let's level out and relock our gyros. We're at 1.5 million kilograms right now. This was before you could do clearing mode with anything except with any mounted. Wow, I'm getting cooked. You know what I'm trying to say. All you could do was mine. You couldn't clear terrain. Now it would be easy to get through the moon with the clearing mode, huh? And then you go up. Did I break something? Sounded like I broke something. And you go up in the air and leave your digging site and activate the sorters. And it just starts ejecting stone. Great little ship. A Jason Jr. I don't actually know what that means, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Look at these plunge holes. I think I may have done an ore mod that makes ores deeper. I may not have too, I can't remember. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see here. Assault cannon. Cavalry Cross. That's what it was. The big ship I was trying to build was called the Cavalry Cross. A ship that has a smaller ship with a wire connected to it. Ah. Interesting. Here's one of my old Earthlanders. Mounted turret, solar power. This one I think powered down. They were limited on what they could do. But I found the ice lake here and then coordinate GPS'd it. Let's see. So a ship that has a small ship with a wire connected to it. What's the wire for? Drone of a submersible. I got gravel sifter mod so I don't have to waste stone. What's the gravel sifter mod? What is that? Oh yeah. Huh. Amazing, I forgot about this. What's the button to get back into conveyor pipe on rotors and hinges? Oh, okay, I got you. So it was like a wire. Turns gravel into ore. Oh, interesting.
Fuel low.
I'm gonna die. How do I get back into my character? Is it
Fuel
F6?
critical.
Yeah, it's F6. I completely forgot about this. Oh my goodness. This is where I brought my little brother in and tried to get him interested in space engineers. Tried to get him to build his own little ship, and this one was mine. I don't think he really ever took to it. He kind of cruised around on a four-wheeler and F6. Yes, thank you. Let's see here. No, that's there. We just need a couple of those. Look at all these generators here. This base was purely to refuel, and so I'd bring the TBD into orbit. I think it can land planetary, but I'd bring the TBD into orbit and then take this guy up to the TBD. This is a refueling ship. This was kind of cool, too. Let's see here. Let's turn everything on this time. Batteries are on auto. We've got our tanks. We need to turn them into auto. And 8. What's that one? We're going to fill that one, too. I think one of these tanks is designated so that when I go to refuel the TBD, I leave it on fill mode. Okay, auto. So now we disconnect. And this has got this big long pipe, but I bring the TBD into orbit and then Piper. It's not, but it should be. H2 tanker. That's a suggestion right there. Look at this thing. Gosh, this is cool. I had some good ideas back in the day. Huh. Oh, I love this game. It really is just a great game. Oh yeah, and I had the atmospheric mod, so you have to be careful how fast you come in or you can burn stuff up. Let's see here. I'm on the wrong side of the base. Yeah, I think it does. It has quite a bit of reverse thrust, because I wanted it to be able to stop on a dime. Then a massive gun array on top, because the enemies really liked to attack this base at one point. I don't know if they still do or not. Let's get level. Oh yeah. All off, and then all on fill. Let's see. This was my ice scraper. That's self-explanatory. And look at this. I violated my own rule. I ended up building a base drill. Huh. I must have forgotten that was a rule. Well, yep, that's Hutu. So this is kind of... I mean, this is what I'd like my new world to become, is something as expansive as this, if not more so. Whoops. Survival kit. Couple different survival kits. Medical room 2, the med bay, and the TBD. Here's my cloning bay. We'll just respawn there.
Your health is low.
Oh, quit. No big deal. Relax.
Energy low.
Alright, y'all. I'm going to call it here. I want to thank you all for joining me. I've had an absolute ton of fun. Whenever I have time, I'll be doing this again. So, it's a water pump. That's right. You all have a great day, and until I see you again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I think my latency's gone up. There's a big delay now, so I must be dropping some frames, but thank you for hanging in there, and I appreciate y'all watching. Just makes it feel a little bit more special. We'll see you there. Have a good day.